first off, since we're starting, find some fucking pictures and put them on your characters.
No, I am already creating one.
Yes.
Um, Chris, can you add macros to the screen?
I need to copy pasta. Uh, yes, we are somewhat, for those who might eventually view this, we are somewhat half-baked. We're gonna finish up session 0 stuff and we're gonna start. Macros. Yes. I will expect like a brief backstory of your characters, but backstory on the like 3 sentences of who your character was. We're not gonna do the detailed one. Because I mean for this to be a more chill campaign. As in, not roleplay heavy in the same way. Because frankly, I know what you guys are like. So, it's okay. We can play some rock and roll. I will just copy the macros. Visible to all players. In bar for me. This is the normal role, not GM role. There we visible. Sure, if you want to go that hard on it, why not? But put it in a circle.
Okay, how do we move circles here?
I will link for you the thing. So, boons. Let's go through boons so we are clear on who owes who. So there is a Toreador, Schwanhild Schultz, who runs a ballet school. Then she was concerned with rivals eating her prize students and interfering with her efforts to establish a degree of status in the city. And she had your help in warding the place where they rest at night, usually, from rival ghouls sneaking in and, stabbing them, shooting them, poisoning them, whatever, while they are defenseless. What form do you guys think that your business is going to take, since your resources are the highest on your group, so that would have to be the anchor background. Like how, where cash come from?
Let's actually have a McDonald's on the first floor of this of the same building Chantry is located.
The elder would not allow this. He lets you live there, but he is let's see if I gave him domain. I think I gave him domain. Yeah, he has a large domain. Like a big chunk of the neighborhood is his. We're gonna say that he thinks there's magical emanations coming from somewhere in this area, which is why he staked it out. But he hasn't pinpointed the exact location of the node, and has not started the construction and the harnessing of the power to build a permanent chantry yet. Because, he needs to know where exactly it is first. But either case, fuck you, you're not running your shitty burgers out of his domain. Fuck off, you pieces of
Okay,
garbage. Find your own clay.
Dan, what are your ideas?
Well, we're in Germany, right? So
Mhm.
beer's always a good answer.
Okay, three dots of resources is like upper middle class ish, right? Like, or it's like a very solid middle class, if not, upper middle class. So, what kind of a beer business do you run that is that successful? Do you just like control a brewery? Is that the idea?
Could be, yeah.
I mean, come think of it, that makes sense. Like, yeah, your capitalists doing capital stuff. All the stuff is getting privatized. So you are like, this brewery, we are privatizing and importing new production methods from the West. We are helping rebuild Germany. No, I'm down with that. And it explains why the domain is relatively small, because brewery is an industrial building and it's not worth much in terms of hunting grounds. Alright, you control a brewery. We are definitely down with that. So yeah, the chantry right now, the chantry is one floor of a Khrushchevka, floor 4. It's like a 3-room apartment that
Uh,
you guys control. Like you each have your bedroom and a common room, let's say. There's a room where random vampires are allowed to wait for interviews. And then there's the regent's quarters and the regent's library, both of which you're banned from without permission and oversight. So, like, you're clearly the bitch boys in this arrangement. You're his apprentices. And by that he means assistants, which really is a synonym for slaves. Okay, okay, so brewery. And yeah, there was probably some city planning issue. I think we can keep that. And you owe a minor boon to the other Toreador, Diedrich Werner, Dan, for helping clear it up. Apparently, he has a lot of influence over city planning offices and has managed to entrench himself.
Okay.
And I am already giving you a rundown of the NPCs you would know about. First and foremost, those you owe or who owe you, right? Then we have a Friedrich Keller, who is no idea if that's his current name or his actual birth name, but you know, the Tremere master of your predicament. You owe to one of the Bruja and to a Malkavian. Did I say what Malkavian you owe to?
maybe it, I failed to write it down somewhere.
Well, we're covering Dan first. Let's.
Actually, a good idea it would be to write a additional document into characters
There
folder.
is a tab on your
List.
character sheet for boons. Put those in there. They'll matter.
I don't think we had that one down.
Yeah. Matt. Matt, you owe a minor boon to the ballet teacher for helping get your domain recognized. She supported, you in Elysium and helped your petition before the now dead prince. And then
Does she have a name?
Schwanhild Schultz, I showed her to you. She's in the vampires folder.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you owe another minor boon to Volker Dreher, who helped put you in touch with several ex-Soviet military officers who made sure that some, vests and AK-47s along with a box of, and by box I mean a trunk of ammo, were written off as, too worn out to be recovered. And the Nosferatu who owes you is Herbert Lang. And, effectively you had to send out your ghouls to pick up equipment, some of it from out of town, to essentially, have your servants do legwork for him, acquiring computer technology. He built himself a hacker nest somewhere in the city. Who the fuck knows where?
Hacking? What is this?
Or a sick gaming rig. Playing the original XCOM. The one true XCOM. So...
And the fourth one?
Okay, who are we missing?
We have so the ballet teacher woman.
Yes,
I'm calling
you are
her a
owed
woman.
one more from the Ventru.
Yeah.
Did I write it at some point? Yes, you are owed a minor boon for helping intimidate some local gangs from staying away from a estate that a rich Westerner had claimed that they were trying to racketeer, right? It'd be a shame if this fancy building burned down. Niklaus von der Drecken.
Those German names.
These are names you need to remember. These are people who owe you, or who you owe something to. And we are missing a Bruja and a Malkavian for Dan. So let's figure those out. The Bruja first. Dan, do you have status? What do you have? What are you good at? Don't put every single power in there. It's not necessary, really. Or you just have a dot of contacts and you have high aspects. Okay.
Yeah, very high aspects, yeah. Well, not very high, but high.
Which of the... How would the Bruja have helped you?
Could have been
Oh.
muscle.
No, you a bitch. You literally a bitch. Okay, let's do it this way. You were going in for a fight and you had no idea, and you were like, "No, my fingernails. I don't want to learn brawl." So Sabine Schmidt runs a gym, and where she trained a lot of neonates in the basics of combat, mostly in hand to hand, because that's what she's good at, but she taught you the basics of firearms. That's how you know how to hold a gun correctly. And for the Malkavians, how would the Malkavians have helped you? Jesus Christ, they are a disgusting bunch. Rosalind Brown, she's weird. She always has like old like radio headphones on her head. She claims that elders are sending secret radio signals and told you to be careful and to get the proper equipment to listen in. But she helped by having a bunch of mortals somehow herding like a large number of helpers to keep a lookout when shit was going on. And maybe when there was something going on that Masquerade had to be protected, and she arranged for mortals to just keep a lookout and warn you as shit was going down. There we go. Think that covers everyone. Make sure you write these into your sheets. I will need to keep track, and I can't take notes right now. I am,
Yeah. I've written them in my sheet.
What level are they for the
one
boons?
that is owed to you is a moderate. Because essentially you warded the place for a year, and that took a lot of effort and a full night's work while you were potentially vulnerable, right? The ones that you owe are all minors. And for Matt, both, all four of yours are minors going either way. Because you wanted to unite your one boon into, or your three minor boons into one bigger boon. For those that haven't realized, we are going to be very much doing a campaign with 2 players, and we're going to see how much damage a pair of Tremere with lots of guns can cause to a newly claimed city. And for the recording, the setting is Dresden, and to also recap for the players, the city was... The Sabbat was ousted from the city maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and it was a textbook operation. The glorious Prince Proclus Alectius Marianus claimed the city and drove out the Sabbat with the aid of his child Frederick Babenberg. And the Sabbat, they tried to fight, but the resistance was strangely not subdued but disorganized. They had been caught with their pants down, or thoroughly distracted by something else. Unfortunately, on the eve of victory, when the final Sabbat lair was being assaulted, the prince's car had an unfortunate case of incendiary car bomb, and the prince did not make his way to the victory parade. And ever since then, the city has been in a strange state of almost stasis, like it's holding its breath, because, like, you've won. The Sabbat is gone. Like, complete morale victory. The enemy simply picked up and left. Like they decided the city wasn't worth the trouble of trying to keep. But there is no prince. And while Frederick is making big noises about how, he claims praxis, and how he would very much like to be the prince, the other two elders in the city are not particularly enthused. Magnus Sjogren, a gangrel who is presumably from somewhere in Scandinavia, in Elysium just kind of smirks a bit whenever the subject comes up. And the Tremere elder, Friedrich Keller, has expressed repeatedly the notion of let's not hurry with the decision of praxis. We must evaluate all options and come to the best decision for the city. And of course, the city is paying attention. There has been no violence, not even any harsh words thrown in Elysium yet. So far, it has been very subtle posturing, with both sides trying to outcompete each other in this sort of for the greater good I will of course take charge sort of positioning. Which of course brings us to our two Tremere neonates, who are shall we say the main tools by which Friedrich intends to position himself as the protector of the city and the next prince. Because, after all, you are the experts in the supernatural, and it would be great if the Tremere, being the experts, could deal with any other supernatural threats that the city, the newly minted Cameral City, were to face. Fae, werewolves, whatever else might be out there. It would be great if you could deal with that. And it has been kind of quiet for the past couple of weeks, and you can tell, Matt, that your sire is getting frustrated. And you're starting to pick up a vibe that, perhaps for your own continued health and well-being, if there are no supernatural, non-vampire threats that the Tremere could heroically remove from the equation, it would perhaps be good to find some. Luckily for you, as you are considering the situation, something is going to happen this night, but we can pick up in your apartment. You have woken for the night. The papers for the brewery are looking healthy. The booze is flowing, as it were. The export agreement with a French company has been finalized, and from France it will then be shipped further on to America. Life is good. Tonight the first load of barrels is heading by train towards a port in Normandy. But the political situation and the region getting pissy. There's always a drop of tar in an otherwise good night. You have also been like called to investigate old Sabbat hiding spots. Like, oh, I found some weird papers of Sabbat rituals and stuff. Come and check it out, kind of thing. So you have been annoyed. It feels like you've been kind of assigned a shit detail that has little glory and lots of crappy work that doesn't let you profit in any way. And Dan, I still expect a name and a picture. It will be hard for Matt to refer to you without a name assigned.
We got the name assigned.
Walter Koenig. Yes, you need to assign it also on the bio level, and you need to assign a picture. You may discuss in character if you wish. And
Before that, I have a question. I remember adding the ritual somewhere. Which
Blood
tab is
Sorcery tab.
blood sorcery? Oh yeah, I see.
Yes, you have a mirror.
Let us remember what mirror does.
You can enchant a mirror, and as long as you're holding it up to your face, you will be able to see the true form of other supernaturals. It's 15 minutes to cast, but once it's up, as long as you continue holding it up, things appear as they really are in reflection.
So let's. I am talking in character. Let's check our options here. Which tasks are we assigned to? I'm asking Walter.
Didn't we have Sabbat details and what was the other one again? I'm still working out.
Essentially, you're the squad that gets to take the lead on investigating any encounters with other supernaturals and deal with threats of that nature. Right? So if someone's like, the Fae are stealing my birds, you're like, Fae? Stealing birds? Not on my watch. You can also take this opportunity to make some rolls about politics and the like to, get an idea of the situation in the city.
Sounds good.
Okay, so a knowledge roll each. We won't spend too much more time on info dumping, but before something happens, you have time to reflect on what has happened so far.
Okay, where is the macros for rolling?
And it doesn't necessarily have to be politics. It can be another knowledge if you have something else that you would like to, think on.
I would rather look for unusual financial activity.
That is valid. Give me an intelligence finance.
I need a macro for that.
You need to go to the macros tab and click it so it's in the bar. They're available to you, but you need to change settings on your end to have them.
Let's draw settings.
It's to the left of settings, under collections.
I see it.
Ooh,
6 dice at difficulty 6.
okay. You know that Frederick has been trying very hard to get as much of his sire's assets under his control. He has managed to get some of them, but he's not as rich as you might expect from a venture this old. He's more of a military officer, and he has been scrambling to snatch up as much of what the untimely death of the prince left him with. That's a double botch. Excellent way to start. I'm proud of you. Frederick isn't the threat. He has never been the threat to your regent. You know, because you've been paying attention, the gangrel Primogen, the Scandinavian, he's old enough to be of indeterminate age, and he's been interacting a lot with the Bruja. And you're pretty sure who will be the next prince, because the two clans with the muscle to enforce order by violence are getting together. So, in fact, there are 3 contenders for the throne. But both sides But the Tremere and the Venture are so focused on each other that they are discounting the gangrel from the running. Since he's doing the Jon Snow thing of, nah, I don't want it. Alright. Anything else you wish to discuss? You were gonna talk about what your options are for unfucking the situation that you find yourselves in.
First of all, I think we should support our sire for the prince position. Do you agree with that?
And of course, you know the rules of being in the Tremere. Tremere first, then the Camarilla.
You're loyal, right? You wouldn't betray my dad.
Yeah, Tremere don't betray each other.
I would have to duplicate. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna bother with the camera setup for 3 people today. Like, fuck that. I can work that out some other time. So, that being the case, do you have any opportunities or ideas in mind that you wish to discuss that you might pursue at a later date?
I suggest we start investigating Sabbat activities.
No, you have been.
Alleged Sabbat activities. We already have been.
Yeah.
Do we have any leads about them?
Yes, they gone. You have lost count in the last month over how many personal journals you have dug through, personal writings, videos. One of the Sabbat had a VHS tape collection of them grabbing mortals, smacking them around for a couple of days, feeding them vampire blood, and telling them that if they can get away from the pack, they get to go free once they're good and terrified, and just having a chase through the city in full view of mortals. the fall of the Union kind of, well, you know how the 90s were a bad time, Matt? The Sabbat figured, who's gonna notice? So they were having fun right until the Camarilla rolled in. But there's been very little useful stuff. It's mostly just retarded shit that might as well be written in crayons.
Okay, I'll actually. Maybe we should contact some of people who we are owning boons to maybe they have some tasks for us.
They'll usually come whenever I noticed when people we owe boons to, they'll contact us for what they want done.
Okay, then.
Unless we're trying to get out of what we're owed or owing.
Okay, then give me some ideas then.
Well, I probably have a notebook here. And what do I have written on my notebook of what supernatural activity I've seen lately? So what role would that be? Occult and
No. You did your one roll for extra information. In terms of supernatural activity, it's been also kind of strangely quiet. Like it was, even your Auspex has been, yeah, actually that I will allow. Give me an Auspex rating roll at difficulty 7, both of you.
Okay, let me check my Auspex. I wasn't really preparing this one.
Okay, so my level in 7. Okay.
Yeah, just how many dots you have, not a specific power. There is no way that is correct. What are you even looking at?
1 dot of Auspex and 5 dots of
No, just the rating.
wits.
Danger Sense is just pure Auspex rating.
Ah,
With,
just rating.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Both of you have felt like it's been very quiet on the supernatural front, but somehow it feels like it won't last. Like it's the kind of quiet that is the quiet of someone moving the pieces into position. And you have been around for a little while as vampires and as Tremere, and especially the psychic can tell that this is not great. Like you can tell that it's not a natural feeling or just nerves, that it's coming from a supernatural awareness. You find a picture. What does Walter Koenig look like? Oh, disgusting. He old. Fill out your nature in the mirror as well, Dan. Right. So, yeah, you keep checking your notes, and I'm gonna make the executive decision that you do this every evening, and you go around in circles of what you could do. It's like, we should look for Sabbat. No, we talked about this yesterday and day before that. They gone. There ain't no Sabbat to, show off by, clapping the cheeks of other supernaturals. Not so much as a werewolf. No hint of the Fae. Everything's quiet, like, what do?
Stop, I have an idea. Let's ask our sire what he needs to be done.
He told you find some supernaturals to wail on, so it look useful, you dumb piece of shit. I am
That
working
is
on a delicate scrying ritual to determine the location of the wellspring so we can build a permanent chantry. Do not interfere with me again. Tonight I am busy. Get out.
okay. I see. So let's look for
Out!
supernatural. Uh, how are we gonna do it? Walter, you will be traveling through the city by car.
At
You will
this
be
point,
casting
as
out.
you are deciding to cruise around looking for trouble, you're standing in the stairwell, like you hear in your apartment the phone ringing. Bring,
I
bring,
answer.
bring, bring. Finally, some news. You pick it up. Uh, what would be the code phrase? Is what would be the code phrase? Uh, is it the electrician specializing in TV antennas?
Yes.
Uh, you're Adalbrecht, right? This is Diedrich. We met briefly. I think I found something you guys are gonna want to take a look at. It's the 90s.
TV repair shops
Oh,
were a thing back then, so
Well,
yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'm thinking for now. I am looking the strange of Venture Clan.
Why is this? Did I not assign him everything he's supposed to have? I thought I had. Well then, fuck it,
Clans,
do it like this.
Venture.
Diedrich
I see.
is a
I
uh,
see.
Diedrich is a Toreador neonate.
Stop. Toreador.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
different clan.
please
Toreador.
meet me outside the Frauenkirche restoration site. There's
I see.
something in the basement that there's some old electricity cables that you want to take a look at. Please bring your equipment and your assistants.
I see, Dietrich. Will come soon.
Uh, Tonight, it may be to your profit to see to this sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I check the time.
Uh, we're not gonna track day from day because the wibbly wobbly timey wimey is
Okay,
easier for more
so
casual thing. But it's not super late. It's 10:30. You bothered your boss. You discussed among yourselves. You threw yourselves into despair over how doomed you are. You know, the usual nightly routine. But maybe, just maybe, things are looking up.
uh, Walter, can you drive a car?
Sure. Well, I assume I would have some sort of vehicle, because I don't have a point and drive.
You have a
Okay,
vehicle if you have a point in drive and access to dots of resources. So, you, I don't know, have like a Kamaz a Jeep.
There is
We've got
no
the cheapest
such
car
thing.
possible.
This doesn't exist.
Uh huh.
Okay. Okay, Dan, how many points you have in driving?
One.
Okay, that's not good enough. I bring up one of my ghouls So he will drive us to the place.
I don't have a generic sheet, but it doesn't matter if you have a dot in drive, unless you're doing a getaway thing, it's gonna be fine.
To the Tremere mobile.
Yeah. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. You drive to the site of a bombed out church from ye olden days. This was historically a church that was bombed in the Second World War and never restored because the Soviets weren't big on religion, and was, from what little I looked up online, restored in the 90s, right after the reunification, the efforts to rebuild like historical sites in Dresden began. So you drive over there like it's walled off. There's some scaffolding that has already gone up. There's big signposts about, hey, we're gonna rebuild this. It's gonna be really cool. And you know, couple cars outside, some probably a couple of like sheds that have gone up to house the workers. And Diedrich, the you know, balding professor looking dude, is waiting there outside his I mean, he probably has one of the latest Volgas from you know, like a proper bureaucrat would drive. How much resource did I give him? Not much. Okay, so he has a slightly older Volga. Well maintained and lovingly so, but clearly like a 70s model, like one that has been around for a while. He sees you getting out, and he nods at all of you somewhat warily. Gentlemen, and no doubt you are wondering why I summoned you here tonight. You have 2 dots of status, right, Matt?
Yeah.
So he focuses on you primarily. In terms of social standing, you're vaguely aware of how the city views each other. He's your social equal. He's older, but you are roughly equal. And he's not older by much. He has like maybe 10 years on you as a vampire. Like, it's not a huge difference.
Not 100.
Yeah. He just, you know, extends a hand for a shake.
I shake his hand. Tell us about this place.
Well, that was a mistake because this is a church that was built first by such and such in this century, and originally it was meant to serve the people. And he starts doing you the cultural rundown on the history of the site, and you can tell that he's clearly enthused. You hear the flicker of a lighter in the background as one of the ghouls just pulls out a cigarette and lights it like, fuck me, this is gonna take a while.
I am a patient nerd, so I wait for him to finish.
I get the notepad out just in case I hear anything useful.
Well, he seems to be somewhat distracted, so it only takes about half an hour, and he seems to jump around in the time frame a bit, so it's a little bit confusing. But it seems like he knows a lot about cultural sites, and well, this is a centuries-old historical site. But now that you have an idea of the site and its importance, perhaps you will understand the... Now you go to the other Toreador. Perhaps you will understand my concern with what I found below. Now, obviously, if it turns out to be the site of unimaginable magical riches, I will be I will expect recompense in terms of boons. But first and foremost, I want to make sure that any danger to the site and my interest in it is removed. And since you have volunteered to take care of any magical dangers for the good of the city, of course, I immediately thought of you when I discovered it. Yesterday, during the day, in cleaning out the basement and the old shelving and various trash that had been gathered there, the workers discovered a hidden door. And tonight, when I sought to investigate it, it burned my hand when I attempted to push it open.
What was the material wood? Oh, stop. What was the material door is made of?
Well, I examined it carefully with my heightened senses. It appears to be metal, but it has been worked to resemble the stone wall of the cellar, and it looks like it can be pushed in backwards and it slides open in some fashion. However, before I could put much pressure on it, it electrified my hand. I had to use the powers of the blood to heal the damage. It was quite badly burned.
Out of character question to Dan. What's your dramaturgy?
Well, I thought we had Papa Bloodhuff. Or what did we say last time over the
You
other
wanted
session?
movement,
I
and Matt took fire, I think.
Great.
It should be listed somewhere, but if you can have blood, Dan, we haven't used it, but I think last time you were going for movement.
How much blood do we start with?
1d10 plus 5, because it has been very quiet evenings. You haven't been expending much of blood, so you are good chance that you are near full.
And what is the maximum amount Gen 8 can get?
15, but you will have 14 at most, even if you roll 15, because you spend one on waking up.
Not much. Okay.
So both of you have 8. So you understand my concern. It appears to be some sort of secret door that has been carefully concealed behind shelving and a false wall, and it appears to be magically warded.
Have you tried ordering your ghouls to open it?
Gentlemen, if I was gonna use mortals to walk into a magical death trap, potentially violating the Masquerade, I wouldn't have called you. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is literally the task that you have volunteered to perform for the city, to examine any
I'm
uncovered
asking,
dangers as we take residence.
We are willing to help you. I'm just asking questions about this place.
Well, as
Okay,
soon as I
so-
determined that it was magically protected, I called you, of course.
Okay, so if that's all you want to say about this place, Walter, let's go.
All right.
You see him frown like, how rude.
I've listened to him for more than half an hour. That's enough.
Gentlemen, towards the tower that is still standing, there is a stairway leading down that's uncovered. The ghoul just you drops the cigarette to the ground, crushes it out. Boss, should we get the hardware? Pointing at the back of the jeep where the guns and the vests are stored.
So we have taken 3 ghouls or 1 ghoul with us.
Presumably all 3, since you're going to investigate supernatural shit, so I assume you're loaded for bear. The Regent has 2 ghouls of his own that protect the chantry at all times.
So I have more ghouls than the Regent.
Like, he can commandeer yours, But like 5 guys from the Tremere rolling up, even if only 2 are vampires, looks hecka more impressive than
Yeah,
just.
I'll. mm, I order ghouls to bring bring the equipment and but stay back.
Roger, boss. They go to the back. One guy starts handing out West. The Toreador, like, eyebrows go up a little bit further. He just nods. Well, you don't know if it's in respect or like, those guys are crazy sort of way, but, he definitely noticed that. You AKs get pulled out, magazines get slotted in, pulls back the slide.
I explained him. If there is a supernatural problem, we'll need to fix it.
Please don't damage any historical artifacts or architecture down there. These are priceless cultural relics.
We'll try avoiding damaging them if possible.
Well,
But if something dangerous will jump on us,
well,
maybe
please,
something
please
will.
understand that I consider the cultural sites that are under restoration in the city to be my sphere of influence. I will take it amiss if they are damaged without a good reason.
Okay, I understood you. No explosives.
No, under no circumstances, don't use explosives.
Okay.
One of the ghouls holds up an AK as if to toss to you, boss, and he moves as if to throw it.
Uh, I'll take an armored vest, but uh, let's
Sure,
take an
boss.
AK. Why not?
Tosses it at you, pulls out
Stop.
a vest. Hold out your arms, boss. Another one just brings a vest and an AK to you, Dan.
Yeah.
You see a passerby who's glanced in your direction, notice that they've been noticed, and just like head snaps away and speeds up.
Um,
It's a different age.
okay, well, they just thought we're some thugs or something. Okay, whatever. Uh, so we're going down the staircase.
Indeed, it's not like a ladder. It's like a genuine staircase. It's just that it looks like it's been cleared out, and it looks like there was some kind of like a plywood covering over it that's been sort of moved to one side. But it seems to be in good repair. Like it was still occasionally used. And going downstairs, it looks like it's a stone masonry basement, and like there's some old shelving, some garbage, like some rags, like bums have been occasionally sleeping in here, that sort of thing. Like the kind of stuff you might get in a disused site in a major city, right? And you can see one spot where the walls have, where the shelving has been, like, well, the shelving has been moved sort of off into one big pile from throughout this place, but it's kind of obvious where the place is, because it's been like someone has gone around it meticulously with either a rag or a brush and just cleaned the outline to see where where the door presumably meets the frame. The ghouls, of course, fan out, cover the corners. Hey, boss. How do we fight a ghost?
I want to roll intelligence occult to understand the ghost stats.
What ghost? You don't see any ghost.
I mean, the general ghosts, like they should be like
Uh,
knowledge about them.
sure. What's your occult rating?
3.
Okay, give it to me at like a 7. You're probably fucked without specialized equipment, and those are high level wards. So, unless you enchant a knife or a bullet with a ward against spirits, you're boned. Flee the site and don't return, essentially.
Yeah. If we see ghosts, the actual ghosts, not the. Okay, when I told you. Okay, so I'll try again. If we'll see an actual ghost, I will give an order to run away.
Great. As always, glorious leader, you inspire us with confidence.
They are incorporeal. Um, Physical attacks will not damage them. So let us continue. Uh,
Great. Hey, boss. You know, there's this American show. Like, I don't understand it really well because it's all in English. But there's this fat guy that works in a nuclear power plant.
and
And I guess you had to say it.
okay. Don't worry, guys. There are 5 of us and just probably 1 or 2 of or 0 of whatever we'll encounter.
Cool. Yeah, you see the ghouls keep glancing back at the stairwell wherever they move in the basement. Clearly, like, okay, I'll run like this. I have to avoid tripping on that, just keeping a path of retreat clearly mapped, just in case. But the door, if a door indeed it is, beckons ahead.
Alright then, time to perceive this door
All right.
with my aspects.
You wish to activate heightened senses.
Yep.
All right. Give me a perception awareness. Okay. Yeah, you walk up to it, you focus in, you look at it, and it's a mix of a very faint smell and like faint marks on the stone, and you can almost like your fingers hover over it as you trace it. This is the beginning glyph of thaumaturgy. This is the sigil for ward. This is and it's like there's multiple ones overlaid, right? You think you can make from where the blood was traced on the door at one point a ward against ghouls, but there's at least one more there, maybe multiple, because they're ones that who knows how complicated a targeting sigil can get, and it's not like you know the ones that are being used, but if you had to guess, there's at least 2 wards on the door, one versus ghouls and one versus kindred.
Okay. And it wasn't me who put it there, but someone else, obviously.
Indeed.
I make a photograph of this door.
You can make a photograph, but in the poor light, and given that essentially it's rotted kindred blood that was put on there years ago, the sigils will not be visible. You can, however, like Dan can just write them down in his notebook and separate them out, try and take down the reproduction.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
And I will let you roll, both of you, intelligence occult to try and identify, because this is thaumaturgy which is very similar to Tremere style thaumaturgy. Yeah, you're able to decode that one of these is indeed versus kindred. Dan, Matt, you look at this. Oh boy. Oh, this is nasty, because there is a ward, but the warding glyph, there is a modification at the bottom that Dan didn't notice. At least one of the wards was an inverse ward, which was infused with a dominate power, which is a very rare variation. Effectively, what it does is, if people who are not resistant enough to mind control interact with this, they will eventually forget that it's here. Which means that unless they're lower generation than the caster, or, have some supernatural resistance to dominate, eventually this place just makes itself forget. Whoever did this, it's warded against werewolves, it's warded against fae, it's warded against wraith, it's warded against demons, it's warded against pretty much everything that it can be warded against, and it's warded with a forgetting charm for mortals.
Okay. I use the ritual contact sire.
All right. What message do you want to send him? Well, first of all, intelligence occult at 4, but I assume that.
That's 8.
Honestly, you
Dice.
don't need to roll. It's an automatic success. You're not in danger. It's a difficulty 4. It's unfailable, effectively.
Yeah. I tell him, we found the door beneath the church with these glyphs, and I list all of those glyphs.
All right. Let me take a look at. Excellent news. Even though you have disturbed a delicate measurement twice in one evening, you are finally making progress on what I need you to do. Proceed with caution.
Sire told us to proceed with caution. Walter, stop. I'm thinking logically. Can wards work on creatures that use magic on an item?
No, what do you mean? Like if he...
Basically, if Dan uses dramaturgy on a door, will ward trigger?
Yeah.
Wait, 7?
Is it-
The creature has to touch the ward. If you shoot it, or if you use magic, or telekinesis from suitable distance, it's like electricity. If you poke it with a stick, it will arc across the stick.
Okay.
So you could
everything's
just
fine.
go like, I bet that steel is low quality, and just unload with the AKs into it and try and destroy the door, right?
Waste of ammunition.
And draws
is-
attention to us.
So use the
Okay. How do you wish to use the thaumaturgy?
Okay, I got an idea. An idea's forming. Do it. Cleaning it off doesn't exactly work it. Remove it, does it?
No, but it looks like the outside of the door frame was traced without touching the door. So someone was very careful to clean some of the dirt off without getting zapped.
Just open the door.
There is no
the-
obvious handle.
No, just push it. Or pull.
You have what, 2 dots of thaumaturgy? So it's 10 pounds of, or 10 to 20 pounds of pressure kind of thing. I think we need to take, I'm gonna take a look at thaumaturgy and see how much movement of the mind does in terms of actually pushing. No, those are all the boring ones.
It's only 1 pound, half kilogram at rank 1.
You only have 1?
Yeah, but I've had enough to spend to get into 2. I got 15 experience left over.
Why is not all your experience assigned? Also, how did you get Auspex that high? That there's no way
3.
you have 15 experience left over after you bought Celerity, and you have Auspex 3, and you have Thaumaturgy 2.
I had 2, and I had a freebie spent as well.
Stop.
The math
What?
is not mathing.
Chris, can I see his character sheet?
Hold on, we're gonna resolve this right now. I thought you had all your stuff spent. And why is it not written down? Yeah, you spent 5 on Thaumaturgy 2. Hold on. We are gonna remath this. Because this is in no way correct. No, I see a lot more dots than you should have if you spend freebies on Auspex. I think you spent freebies. I think. Also merits and flaws, you don't have any. I think you spent freebies on extra dots and on celerity. And then you spent it on Auspex and Thaumaturgy too. Unless... Did you change Thaumaturgy to 2 just now?
No, I haven't done that. It's just at 1.
It's not at 1 though, it's at 2.
What the heck? That shouldn't be right.
No, it is. Because I think you bought Celerity with freebies and then you spent XP to raise Auspex and Thaumaturgy. I'm gonna double check the dots to make sure it makes sense. So 3, 3, 2 there. That's 8, 11, 13. And 2 there. And a couple. Yeah, it looks correct to me. Don't fuck with your sheet. We double checked it last time. We counted everything out. It should be correct. At 2, you can push up to 20 pounds or 10 kilograms.
Okay, that should be enough then.
Depending on how well the door is balanced. But give me a wit thaumaturgy roll.
And I'll spend a blood on this if I can.
Yeah, and it's a difficulty 5 since you're activating a level 2 power. Okay. Yeah. You push on it and it doesn't want to move, but it seems like there's some sort of hydraulic system which sort of gives after exerting constant pressure on it for a moment. So like random stuff doesn't prop it open, and it pushes back maybe 3 centimeters, and then it's like it unlatches, and it seems to slide a tiny bit by inertia, but it seems to have settled onto rails of some kind.
Okay.
Do you wish to continue exerting control to try and push it along the rails? you don't have to spend another blood since you're maintaining the same effect, essentially.
Yeah, I might need more space.
So,
Okay,
Rick's
continue.
thaumaturgy again at 5. One of the ghouls in the background's like, cool. As you're going, Kalima, and the door slowly pushes open. It's slow. Clearly, whoever designed it, well, they don't need to fear their own ward, so they were like, yeah, I activate my 3 dots of potence, push, pull, easy swing open, fuck the mortals. Inside, you see a bare concrete room. Presumably, you have lights of some kind. On the other side of the room, you can see a table with writing on it and a mirror off to one side. It looks like one of the walls is a giant mirror in the room, but you can't tell more than that without going in there.
Walter, can you use our specs on those things?
You
I
could
sure can.
give me perception alertness. Presumably, you're augmenting your sight specifically, so give it to me at a 4. Okay. The writing seems to be. It seems like it was stacked neatly, but it looks like it has been somewhat scattered on the table, and like one of the books is lying on the floor in the shadow of the table that you didn't notice before. It looks like the mirror is not giving a clear reflection. Rather, it looks like it might be cracked in a couple of places. You can't tell clearly from here, and there is some sort of a circular diagram drawn out on the floor.
We certainly found something in there. Maybe some useful stuff. Is there any rocks or anything nearby?
A multitude. There are sticks, there are rocks, there is an old jar, there is an old vodka bottle, there is the neck of a old beer bottle that might have been used as a makeshift shiv at some point. There is a shoe with the sole having completely come off, so it's a shoe without a bottom. The shoelaces have been removed. And you think you might see a dead rat in one of the piles of rags. Take your choice, throw what you wish.
Well, I just want to jam the rails just in case, to make sure the door doesn't slam shut.
You take a piece of wood from the shelves, you jam it into under the door to try and keep it open, reaching across the threshold. There is a slight tingle, but no adverse effects.
All right then. I wave my arm through and then see if I can go past the threshold.
No resistance. It doesn't seem to be under a warding circle. Just the door itself was heavily warded.
Let's go.
Alright.
We are following Walter.
Alright. You follow Walter inside. And yeah, it are you keeping your heightened senses on, Walter?
Of course.
Give me another perception alertness. You are looking for fine details now, so base is 8, so goes down to a 6. And you are also able to activate Auspex, although I think we said that your nerd was blind, Matt.
Not quite blind, but
Close.
close.
I'll also spend a willpower to
He
see if
he doesn't perceive,
Mm-hmm.
so there is no point for me to roll perception.
Roll
So I
at
got 4.
6. The base is 8, but you are reduced by having Auspex active for sight. It's the superpower of 3 Camarilla clans to reduce perception difficulties.
Okay, makes it 5.
You walk in, and there's something doesn't seem right about this. It's almost ominous. You notice immediately the mirror. It seems a little darker than it feels like it should be, and there is a quarter of a second delay between you moving and your reflection moving. Like it's lagging slightly behind.
Uh-huh.
And it has been damaged heavily, as if some powerful strike had heavily fucked it up. And it looks like it might be something like a polished silver rather than just a simple mirror. Highly expensive and very difficult to prepare. And something hit it hard enough to actually make the metal crack. On the ground, there is a circle inscribed in. Well, we'll get to that, but it looks like one part of the circle has been disturbed, as if, judging by the pattern, it's almost like a burst of air, like a leaf blower, or a strong wind had erased it, partially. And most telling of all, several places on the room you have the ghouls shine multiple flashlights on it. It looks like mold, but it's not mold. You know that vampire vitae eventually decays when it leaves the body, and it catches up in age to how old the kindred was. And that means that essentially it rots immediately. It's not mold or decay, it's blood splatter that has immediately decayed away to a significant age. Hard to say without further study, but 50 plus years you would have to guess. Like someone suitably old and experienced. It looks like this was someone's secret hiding spot. And something went terribly wrong, because there's at least a good 3 distinct spatters, so something pummeled the kindred in question pretty hard before he either died or removed himself from the situation, although you don't find a place where it looks like, a whole body might have decayed, and there are certainly no bones, so he may have escaped. Or she, as the case may be.
Okay,
Well,
so we see table with books, we see pentagram on the wall, and we see mirror.
The pentagram is on the floor, not on the wall, but yes.
Yeah, pentagram on a. I'm just kind of bad at speaking today. Sorry. Pentagram on a floor and a mirror on the wall. Is there anything else in that room?
That about covers it. There are probably some writing supplies. Like on the table you find like an old style fountain pen that seems to be inlaid with onyx. There are on the table, as you look more closely, you see that it's not just books, but there are several tablets. Let's call it a ancient Greek. It's not even writing. It's stone tablets which have been carefully inscribed with something. There's like little sticky notes or small piece. No, it's small pieces of paper that have been taped to them with Scotch tape, which are 1, 2, 5, 6 question mark. So it's an incomplete set of something else.
Walter, is there any trap next to the books, or maybe something wrong with books?
Well, one sec. I think there's something wrong with that mirror, so I'm gonna see if there's a cloth I can use to cover it.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Is there any way I can move it to face the wall?
It appears to be set into the wall. You can see bits and pieces, like you can see the edge of it where it's set in the wall, but it pretty much is the entire wall. You're not sure how it was moved in here. Maybe they brought in the raw silver and used some ritual to shape it into like an entire wall. But at this point, it's too big to even move out through the door. It's that entire wall.
Yeah, so it's bigger than the desk.
Definitely.
Oh shit. Okay.
I have an idea.
So yeah, what do I see? Do I see any more traps?
Not that you can immediately tell. Do you want to make a closer investigation of something?
Yeah, just make sure that there's no hidden desk traps that would be inflammable or whatever.
Okay. Give me a perception investigation, and Matt, while he is looking for traps, what do you want to look for?
I have an idea. I order ghoul number 2.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make their character. We need to make their character sheets.
We'll just make a
I will-
generic one, like when we need
Um,
them.
Cover the mirror with a blanket.
He looks at the bare concrete walls and the. If you give me like 10 marks, I can go and get some duct tape from like a gas station or something, and we can tape something in place,
We
I
don't
guess.
have a stop. We don't have a duct tape in our equipment. Yeah, that needs to be fixed.
No, the Kamaz doesn't really break down, boss. Do
Okay,
you
so
want? Do you want me to run to the gas station? There was like one like. I know I can make it back in half an hour.
No, you cannot make it in half an hour.
Well, it's just like 5 minutes down the
Do you
road.
have anything you can cover this?
They seem to be discussing like a look at the series. Is that safe to step on, boss? Like we could bring in the shelving from outside and pile it in front of the mirror.
Stop. You want to bring what exactly?
The shelves, like the wood shelves. We just sort of make a barricade in front of it and like fill the gaps in with the crap that tramps were sleeping in. I mean, it'll smell like piss, but
No, that's a bad idea. Okay,
I
Walter,
don't
is
know
there
what you
any-
want from me, boss. Like I could
Yeah.
shoot it if you want.
No, don't damage it. I'm
It-
genuinely concerned about it. It's kind of weird. Okay,
The smoker pulls out another cigarette, lights it, and he just takes up a position on the opposite side of the room, leans against the wall, and he's just giving the feeling that if something comes through that mirror, boss, I will gun it down in an instant. I am ready.
Walter, is there any traps in books?
Okay, did I find anything?
With 2 successes, the books do not appear to be trapped.
I order the first ghoul number 1 to start picking up books and placing them in his backpack.
I mean, we have the extra duffel bag in the jeep. You want me to bring it, boss?
Uh, we shouldn't because we don't want the place's owners to know that we are taking something.
Why would I
I
have a
don't think they came
backpack,
back.
boss? Like I have the pockets.
So,
He he just starts going through his vest pockets. Oh, Mars bar.
stop.
Ah, I love the West.
So why are my retainers that incompetent?
Why would they have backpacks?
Uh, like
I
I
think
thought
Western
they're
style backpacks were imported, weren't they? They had like these like
okay.
like briefcase type bags for
Let
school
me
before that,
explain
right?
something for you two guys.
Uh huh.
Okay, imagine a soldier from East Germany. He had a how to explain it? A bag that he holds on his back
Yeah,
that
I
is filled
know.
with ice.
See, you're assuming that these are professional soldiers. Matt, best case scenario, they did a year as conscripts in the East German army. They're probably just racketeers you picked up from the street because you liked that they were, capable of holding an AK-47 without shooting their own foot off. They're
Okay,
dumb muscle.
after this session, I am checking their equipment. It may be buying something to them.
I mean, if you want to equip them with like they need to stay mobile. They don't like it's like
I mean,
all the stuff stays.
empty backpacks aren't heavy.
No, but like they need to stay mobile because it's like your modus operandi is presumably you arrive at the site, you set up the perimeter, they calmly pick out their vests and guns from the Kamaz, and then they storm a Sabbat stronghold.
And then they steal all the valuables from there.
No, those are recovered by other ghouls in an organized fashion. What do you mean, steal?
Yes, they are the ghouls that recovering artifacts.
The ghoul number
not
3,
this
who
one.
has largely been silent now, is like, boss, I have a solution. Listen, this vest is bulky as fuck. Go outside, right? Like, no. If we just use the waistband of my pants, I bet I can stuff like 5 or 6 books in there under the vest.
Okay,
And
stop
like
this
if we get
nonsense.
some duct tape, we could strap a couple more to my chest and we'll be set. We can get them
Okay.
past that little professor
Stop.
dude
I-
out there.
I address ghoul number 2 and order him to stuff books in a duffel bag. In a,
Got it, boss. On my way. Puts AK over his shoulder, just like, goes outside to get the extra duffel bag. And just so we're absolutely clear for the full image, they're wearing like surplus army vests and Adidas tracksuits. They paint a very clear image of who they are when they roll up with their guns and vests.
yeah, no, I mean they're fine guys, but I kind of require more competence from my retainers. Like,
Whatever you say, boss, we'll do it whatever way you want. Their heads are fully shaved, of course.
They're doing their best.
Listen, they got off the normal drugs, their own vampire blood, they're trying really hard, they'll make you proud, boss. Yeah, so the books, duffel bags will be acquired. Looking at the circle more carefully, now it looks like a basic circle in the image, but there is a lot of information that has been inscribed in Greek very carefully around the edges. You can attempt to try and translate some of it. It is not like an unknown or untranslatable form of Greek. It's the kind that people know about, the classical Greek, and it is one of the languages of that magic
First
sometimes
of all,
comes in. So
I order ghoul number 1 to put use flashlight on the circle to see it better.
All right.
And then I make a photograph of it.
Absolutely. You pull out a disposable Nikon camera and... Do you either
Okay.
you have science? Because that image cannot be shown to mortals and the film will have to be developed in a photo lab. We are far, far before the age of digital, boys.
We need to do it manually.
Okay, that is at least manageable. Then I try to understand what those symbols mean.
Both of you give me, if you are now pouring over the details, intelligence academics at 8.
I don't have academics.
Well, then you are unlikely to be able to speak or read even a little bit classical Greek. You know how
This is a willpower.
you can translate, like you, there's like phonetic transcriptions of when Greek is used in rituals that you use.
Incorrect then. Difficulty 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I clicked too fast.
Okay, 8, and that's a 3. It seems that there are 5 sections here, and repeating phrases surrounding those sections. The repeating phrases you translate first because they stand out. They are phrases along the lines of, by your name I bind you to serve me. By your name I bind you to answer my questions. By your name I bind you to do no harm to me or my servants. And things like that. It's like an icy feeling running down your spine as you start to make out the meaning of it. Give me a 1d20 roll. Seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It seems like a long and poetic description, like trying to describe a feeling. In English, it roughly translates as the heartbeat long vacuum between flash and crack, when skin prickles and birds pause mid-note, the moment between lightning and thunder, not the sound but the poised stillness that frames it. It describes how it is spoken, and presumably that was acted out. You speak it by clenching every muscle but the jaw and let the next sound arrive to you, not from you, like you feel it in the anticipation of it. And, well, he starts describing what the translation roughly comes to, Matt. And you too are starting to get a nasty feeling down your spine as to what this might refer to and what might have been done here. And how it might have gone.
My theory is that this circle was the mirror was used to summon a demon that was binded by the circle, and the circle failed somehow. And then the demon smashed glass and murdered whoever was summoning it.
Could even be in an elemental too.
I mean, some sort of supernatural creature.
You can... I will give you the other four parts of it. Each of you give me 2 more d20s. Re-roll the 14. We're not going to use the same one twice. These are unique. Reroll again. Matt already got a 6. 10. Okay. So let's go in order a 6. This is interesting because it's described in Greek, but this is not necessarily something that the Greeks had as clear concept of. This speaks of the sunlit ice at the edge of space that glows after sunset, remembering light too long. This is memory held at altitude, cool and thin, refusing to darken when the world does. And it is pronounced by lowering body temperature and widening pupils until stars double. Then for 10. Bright mock suns conjured by ice flanking the true star-like guards. The syllable is the geometry of plate crystals aligning a prism you can only wear, not hold. And yeah, it speaks of, I guess it's an effect where ice crystals in the air cause the sun to have after images. There's clearly a theme to these, to deal with the sky and atmospheric phenomena. And the 14 speaks of being inside a cyclone, a quiet full of rules. Do not speak loudly, do not promise, do not bleed. The syllable is the politeness of catastrophe. Tea served while the house walks away. To utter it, smile with only the lower lip. And you can see the difficulty in enacting any of these. And the 20. It is the concept of burned out stars scattering embers that haunt the night like ghosts. Speaking it means gazing upward until darkness swims with after images, believing those flickers to be remnants of celestial corpses. And if you want, first and foremost, you can make an intelligence occult just to have a general idea of what the fuck this is actually meant to do. And what?
Difficulty?
6. And you can make a second roll at 9 if you want to delve deeper and try and understand specifics here.
I'll try.
I'll try and think too.
Brain! I wish to brain SD. It's all on you, Dan. You have to succeed at the 9. To get more than the
willpower
basic.
that.
I will copy pasta these as well for you. You willpower it. The last one, the star's forgotten ashes. You are pretty sure that this does not fit the others, and we'll go in on how. Like, both of you think that at least one of these is wrong. You then are able to identify which one it is. With how many? 2 successes? Yeah, this is demonology shit. Oh, well, 3 on the 9, 2 on the first one.
Yes.
This is... Both of you are able to tell that this is some demonology shit, right? Effectively, demons can be summoned. It is an open secret in House Tremere. It is highly forbidden, especially if you're caught doing it. And of course, they have dark knowledge and powers that are in some way surpassing those of vampires. And somehow, Matt, your character Adalbrecht has an idea of the mechanics of it. Demons have two names. The celestial name, which is a simple phrase that is bound to them, but offers relatively little power over them, other than the power to reach them. And that grants little to no control of them. And their true name, the notes, like the foundational notes of the universe, the concept, the specifics of what they embody, right? And if you have that or part of it, then your power over the demon is far, far greater. The problem is that it can be the work of decades or centuries to uncover even part of a single demon's true name. It appears that someone thought that they had done a good job of it, and inscribed the pieces of the true name that they did have into the circle and probably used them as part of the summoning ritual and tried to make use of a demon's power. Now, looking at this and looking at all the details, you, between the two of you, are able to figure out that it is some sort of a sky demon, pretty obviously, but the last syllable, the 20 roll, is false. It doesn't fit with the others. It doesn't describe the firmament or the feelings of the firmament, right? It is the idea of the death of the firmament, right? It might fit a death demon of some kind. But like, it's an easy mistake to make, but it's completely at odds with the others. At least at a surface glance, and unfortunately you don't have 5 successes, so you can't know if all of the other 4 syllables are, legit. But this one is definitely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And the circle seems to have been broken near this syllable and been swept partially clear, where the demon at some point decided, nah, I'm good with the serving bit. Bye-bye.
I write down the name, alleged name of a demon in notebook.
Okay, you start writing it down. Both of you roll perception awareness. Roll at 6, Matt, because it is a innate ability. It doesn't increase the difficulty. Talents don't, skills do, and knowledges you can't roll without. So you don't detect it, but as you are writing these down, hold on, let me take a look. I'll copy these out for you as well.
Maybe ghouls perceive something.
They might. Roll 4 dice for them if you would. I will copy these out a line at a time. And these are all, of course, in Greek, inscribed, best they can be. And it seems that these have also been described in slightly different terms on the tablets as well. And yeah, the flaw specifically with the last one is that it resonates with decay, not structure or, order. And as you might be able to tell, ChatGPT helped me do a demonology. I have the full true name of the demon along with multitude of potential false syllables mapped out. I could draw a circle and summon this thing if it was real. And yeah, as you write these, you can, it's like the dark draws in until you get the photo negative images in your pupils where you start seeing sensory ghosts. And that shouldn't happen because your eyes are dead. They shouldn't get like coronal reactions. And no, it's just weird. You keep writing and like you can almost feel the anticipation in the air. It's almost like it has a resonance, right? And maybe you're not right like speaking it with your tongue, but in describing it, you are speaking it into existence, a new iteration of it, right?
I'm not speaking it. I'm just writing it down.
Yeah, but your hand is, channeling said information. And as you're about half, like at most, little over half of the way through, as you're beginning the fourth word, you realize that, the ways of speaking it are almost like acting themselves out as I'm writing these. Like the name is speaking itself as you're transferring the information. And that perhaps more than anything lets you know that, this is real shit.
But do you stop?
I write it down fully.
You see the other two walls that aren't a silver mirror briefly flicker silver, and you see a pale after image of yourself standing there. Or, well, Dan, you do, as Adalbrecht keeps writing.
I noticed that. It's like, stop!
I'm stopping.
You're enacting the ritual. Stop. It's a full. We know it's a full ritual. We don't want to reenact what happened.
Sorry. Yeah, should have thought about that. I don't. Let's close this play.
You
Let's return to
feel
the champion,
the fourth
please.
syllable that speaks of etiquette inside the eye of the hurricane shatter as you violate the rules of the etiquette by shouting, by disturbing the fragile equilibrium. And whatever might or might not have begun to be spoken here is stopped or paused.
So no speaking?
No, like it's done. It's unless you wish to continue writing.
No, I say we should get out of here. And I'm ordering ghouls to retreat to the car while bringing the books.
They look at each other. Boss, there's a hose in the back of the Jeep, and there's an empty bottle outside and some rags. So we could just
I mean, you already put it in a body bag.
Are you sure, boss? We could just douse this whole thing in gasoline.
We should figure out what's the deal here.
Okay, you're in charge.
You already have a bag with the books, so let's just carry it to the car.
Yeah, they carefully put them away. Look through them. At a glance.
Do not look at them.
Uh,
I give an order.
okay, it's just.
I mean, do not open them.
This was what's that like? Is that Polish? One of the others looks at it. I don't know. It's like some Slavic shit.
Well,
No.
and now
Polish is more consonants.
I order the ghouls to look away from the book. I want to issue an order.
No, like they're trying to listen. They're just easily distracted shitheads.
Okay, that. Okay.
Yeah, one of them
I
slams it
pick up.
shut. Oh, sorry, boss.
I slam the book shut and I put it in a bag filled with books.
Yeah, no, sure. What do you do with the clay tablets?
I want to roll intelligence occult to understand what kind of things.
It's all
Uh,
Greek to you.
no, I mean, can tablets be dangerous?
Well, the writing seems eerily similar to that in the circle, so your gut reaction would be yes.
Okay, yeah, tablets should remain.
Okay, gonna leave them here. Like,
So,
whatever way you divide the writings, Matt, let's be perfectly clear. Someone did a demonology here. This is some infernal shit. Like, someone became a cautionary tale for future kindred about the dangers of
for the
infernalism.
record, I'm not planning demonology. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Alright?
So, while standing into the adjacent room, I ask Walter to get out of the room and close the door behind him.
Okay. Well, I guess it'll depend on whether Dan is willing to spend a point of blood on trying to pull the door shut.
What happened?
I ask you to get out of the room and close the door after you. Books
Okay.
are outside of the room. Tablets remain in place.
Yep, that's fine. I do that.
Alright. Give us the roll then. Okay. Yeah. You get it moving. It seems to continue once it slowly picks up speed. It seems to click and then starts pushing out to be like even with the wall. You have one set of lab materials on summoning a specific demon.
Not to be used.
Except in the darkest timeline, at the
No, not
uttermost
at all.
need. That's a V5 thing.
That's what Dan is using.
And no, he has 2 points of thaumaturgy. He's just shit at remembering what he spent them on.
Okay. I thought Dan was somehow using blood to close the
No.
door.
He is still kinesis. But like the door is like there's some kind of clever hydraulics in the wall, so he can do it without being able to exert more than 10 kilos of pressure.
Okay. So we're going up the stairs.
And fucking off. Don't touch that basement, it's dangerous. We'll be back.
not.
Yeah, it's a more than one night job one.
I tell him, don't touch this basement. It's dangerous. Uh, if you'll if you'll go in there and do some stupid things, you will get blood hunted.
He
There is
pulls
nothing
himself
good in
up
there.
straighter and leans closer. Okay, I asked you here as a favor. If you want to make an enemy, keep talking to
No,
me in
no.
that tone.
I am.
I am
Stop.
not your inferior, and you will not speak to me this way. We are equals.
I am sorry for this. I. It seems I've misspoke. I basically there is something really, 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 really dangerous that is officially banned from using.
He just shakes his head. Listen, I can give you a week. I'll push through a inspection for structural integrity and put it on hold till then. It'll take them a week or two to get a team out there. Figure it out by then. Okay, I'll hold it up with a bit of paperwork, but I'm not gonna go out. If you're gonna be a rude piece of shit to me about
I'm
this, I'm not gonna go
I'm
out of my
sorry
way
about
more
that.
than that. Got it?
I
I called.
Yes.
I know that you have been looking for any way to bolster your clan's prestige. I called you out here as a favor. You come out of there with a duffel bag of who knows what, and you threaten me with a blood hunt after I called you here?
no.
Excuse me?
I okay.
All right,
Now I'm sorry.
this is how it's going to go. Now you could try and attack me. I probably couldn't
No
fight
one is
all of
going
you.
to
Shut
attack.
the fuck up. You could try and fight me. I'm faster than you because of course I am. I'm a Toreador. He says it with such pride as well. But you're probably too smart to do that. Otherwise, you could go down there, open the door, I'll watch you toss the duffel bag back where it came from, without walking, away with whatever you looted from the place. Or the third option is, you're gonna convince me, and by convince me, I mean promise me enough to let you walk away from what is my zone of influence with whatever valuables, and it looks to be a lot of valuables given the size of that bag, you just got out of there. He did imply that he was, if this proved to be valuable, expect boons, and given that you're trying to fuck off with a duffel bag and trying to intimidate him with a bloodhound, he seems to have arrived at certain conclusions as to what you're trying to do.
I just made the awful mistake. Should be more polite next time. No, I think I want to roll intelligence occult if to understand if it's okay to tell him the truth what's going on there.
That's not a occult, like, you can. It's up to you to
Is,
think of what
is
the
it against the rules?
we're not playing Inquisition and no one trusts the Tremere. Think about it. Think about the consequences. What makes your clan look worse? What makes it look better? What is to the greatest? You're playing politics now.
Okay.
You're talking to one half of Clan Toreador in the city.
Yeah.
This guy could end up being the Primogen.
I am ready to speak with him correctly. I am sorry for offending you. I should properly explain what happened down there. I show him the duffel bag filled with books. These are someone tried to summon a demon down there.
Uh-huh.
Summoning, taking part in demon summoning ritual, even involuntary, is strictly prohibited. That's why I told about the blood hunt, because I was worried that you will unintentionally trigger it.
He is just nodding along like, uh-huh, as if you did not just threaten me with what will happen once your daddy becomes prince.
I will. This will, regarding blood hunt, it will happen even if even without the prince. This is very dangerous stuff. Uh,
Uh-huh.
if mhm, uh, you don't want the demon to be summoned unintentionally over there.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
So, uh,
You could,
you
out of the
ask,
corner of your eye, you see that one of the goals, they were kind of starting to head to the back of the truck. They've sort of stopped and have just sort of casually taken smokes. But they're not keeping their hands on the smokes, they're just clenching them in their between their lips or in their jaws while they're just sort of spread out a little with their AKs just in case.
mm,
Okay,
I,
so this
I
is
formally,
starting to sound to me a lot like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tremere screw around with a lot of nefarious shit, and you just try to walk out of here without anyone knowing about you having these highly dangerous artifacts.
first of all, I warned my prince about those highly dangerous. Stop.
Your
Error.
prince? Well, it's no secret which side you favor. I'm sure that these would never be abused in a highly nefarious fashion, but I just don't feel comfortable letting you have these without a proof of sincerity that you will live up to the high responsibility that they entail.
What kind of proof of sincerity do you want?
Well, given that this is a major risk to me if anyone discovered that I had simply let you walk out of here. Oh, I think that is a major boon that you would have to owe me in order for this to happen.
That's too expensive.
Well, then, I believe after you, if you would take the duffel bag downstairs, I'm sure that after I have had a chance to speak with some of the other clans about what happened here, the Camarilla, once the clans elect appropriate representatives, would be happy to let the Tremere study these materials after a proper council decision. Yeah, I see you both wincing at this blatant extortion.
Yeah, I saw this coming.
Listen, let
This
me
is
be honest. This I
objectively.
don't have to keep this balance and be like I can't fuck one player more than the others. I can just extort you in the way of the Camarilla.
Let's think.
Or you could try and kill this guy right here. Maybe he didn't tell anyone where he was going.
Unlikely. They're Toreadors, they talk.
There are only two Toreadors.
It
Okay,
only
so
takes
what is
one to snitch. A support. Imagine Frederick going like, One of my supporters going missing on their watch? The Tremere are murdering their way to the princedom. A warlock never changes his stripes.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to have done a politics, Matt, just not in the way you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and could you have your ghouls fuck off and put their guns away while we're talking? They're making me uncomfortable.
You are making me uncomfortable with your obvious extortion. I am willing to make a trade deal, but at a reasonable price.
Well,
First of all, we are saving you from a demon. We are saving you from problems with summoning a demon, and we don't even charge you for it.
give me an intelligence politics, both of you, because I think there's something that might be relevant to how far you decide to push this guy. If you don't have a knowledge, then that's a 9.
Oh, that's a 9, sorry.
Or, well, like, you can't roll, but I usually allow it at a 9. Okay, yeah, both of you are convinced that there is some heavy... Like, he kept calling this his sphere of influence, but he never specifically called it his domain. So how much recognition his claim to this area specifically has is highly debatable. You, Dan, think that it must be recognized, though I would be speak on this way. You, Matt, focus on fact, he never used the term domain.
How many ghouls you have?
None that you can see, but they could just be staying out of sight.
I will try to make. First of all, I will. That's what I. What's the plan? First of all, I will try a proposition for a minor boon, and if it doesn't work, fireball.
Okay.
I will not threaten him. Threatening people is actually a bad idea.
Give
We learned
me
it.
a manipulation subterfuge, if you would.
Manipulation subterfuge, 7 dice. Difficulty?
6, but this is contested.
Oh, fuck.
Now let's see, GM roll. Okay. So, play it out and I will tell you what happens.
You ask us to come here and save you from the problem. We are saving you from the problem. I am willing to exchange those books on a minor boon if you are really want to take something out of it. Otherwise, I'm just burning them because I will not allow them to be taken by
As he
someone who
begins
doesn't
to
know what they're
respond
doing.
to this, you just can't bring yourself to think of harming him. He's such a nice person, such a refined person, and he's speaking so reasonably. I gave you an opportunity to distinguish yourself in the eyes of your betters and to prove your worth. I made it clear from the outset I was doing this as a favor for you. I never begged you to save me, and now you repay my trust by trying to hide the importance of what you found, and you're being so hostile. No, you love him. He's a great person. You want to be his friend. You've had Presence 3 used on you with 6 successes, which means that you think this guy is great for the next year plus. Roll perception awareness, Dan. I know, presence is it's a moment in time, isn't it?
Did you say difficulty 9?
No.
Or what difficulty?
6. Yeah,
Do I notice that?
You see Adelbrecht's entire demeanor shift, and he just almost, you see him start nodding along with this. You actually owe me, like, this is a, like, you've been so rude, and I was so friendly to you, and you can spend a willpower and roll to try and resist presence temporarily, Matt. Usually it's turn per turn basis, but we'll be a little more loose with that in a social setting. But you can fight the feeling, but that's what you're feeling like. This guy is great. You shouldn't have tried to do this. He's great. He should be an ally, really.
5 lots of willpower. I'm spending 1.
And then you roll willpower at 8 to try and push through those feelings and act normally.
Can I use blood to buff it?
No, not willpower is one of the things that... Okay, you temporarily resist it, and now... You're pretty sure he realized you were going to escalate to violence, and he used presence preemptively. This has gone very badly. And what do you wish to do?
I scream, "How dare you attacking me!" and I throw a fireball at him.
Okay.
No. We could have got out of this. That's the other ways.
Roll initiative.
Okay,
No.
roll initiative over here.
You will need to
so
select a token. We're going to go to the church map. It's lovely. First encounter with a Camarilla vampire, and one with status, no less. I'm on the wrong layer. I need to be on tokens.
Okay.
You're gonna set him on fire. The deadly bane of vampire existence.
I mean, I'm the fire mage. What do you want? I mean, not mage specifically, but like fire wizard.
Okay.
I want to acquire books, and if someone don't give me a good deal, I set fireball on them. Okay, and
You need to have your tokens selected. And the bonus is for any celerity you might have.
Alright.
Dan, you don't have to participate if you don't want to be implicated.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back for this one. He's gone crazy.
I'm gonna call it a... There is no way
But
you
if this
have...
fights forever.
You did not have anything selected. You need to re-roll. Select your token on the map and then roll in it.
Who are you addressing to?
You, Matt. Although I guess it's wrong because it...
I mean, I'm in turn order.
Yeah, it just didn't have your... It doesn't have your tokens tied to the character by default. Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, so you go before him. You see that he is preparing a celerity action to run like a bitch, and his main action is going to be a dread gaze to hopefully scare you back.
Where are my ghouls?
They're all around. I rolled 11 on them. The ghouls, seeing that this fucker is going to try and fuck with you further, would like to full auto him at center mass. Then I see that look, yeah. but they're gonna brap him.
So I want my 3 ghouls to fire assault rifles at full
Yeah, no,
full
that's what
auto
they're
at him.
doing. What are you personally doing?
It's
Fireball?
their turn first.
No,
Fireball.
we declare in reverse order and then we go through it. Because your action
Yeah.
kicks in before his dread gaze.
Uh, Fireball. Like dramaturgy fire at maximum.
Okay.
Is there a way to buff it?
No. You spend a blood point and you roll it. He is gonna board his celerity action into trying to dodge it as it forms. Roll wits plus thaumaturgy.
I'm rolling 8 dice.
He did not buff his dexterity because he didn't figure anyone would be this stupid. And he is set on fire, taking 2 points of aggravated damage.
Should we roll for damage?
No, it's automatic damage for setting someone on fire.
I mean, I've used fire dramaturgy fire 3, so it should be like a big fire.
Yeah, that's why it's 2 per turn, not 1. There's a scale, I remember it by heart. Well, not the soak difficulties or fortitude, but the damage it does. It's 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3 at level 5. But that was his courage roll to see if he immediately Rotreks. He doesn't. But ow. So the
Okay,
ghouls...
where are my 3 ghouls?
Well, they are
That's
full...
the situation I wanted for.
Yes, it is. And they are full autoing at center mass. As you do. Bullets are flying everywhere. An AK-47 on full auto is difficult to control, but the night erupts in gunfire. You see glass shattering in the building behind this guy across the street as it whizzes through apartments and innocent sleeping buildings. So, assault rifle is 7, but it goes to 15 with the extra 8 of bashing, of which it's halved. He takes like 1, I think, because it's halved then soak, or soak then halved. How do you prefer to do it? Keeping in mind it will also apply.
Soaked and halved.
Dan?
I'm checking the area, making sure there's no humies or regular people first to see if we're not going to break the masquerade here.
I mean, I would really make use of another person here.
Okay. Make use of another person. You are murdering an innocent member of the Camarilla. What the fuck?
He used celerity on me. He's not innocent.
So he was gonna run away. Well, there go your sire's aspirations of becoming prince. If anyone ever discovers this at this point, you best eat the body to hide evidence. So you're looking for people that have noticed. Dan, it's a disaster. You see the flickering light of a TV go out in the house across, where presumably the bullet has impacted the, actual TV. There's this flash of like an old tube TV going out from a bullet impact as it, short circuits and explodes.
Kind of hard to cover that up.
Yeah, but
murdering him quickly is covering things up. So how much damage do he gets?
He is badly wounded. He is riddled with a half dozen bullet holes, and he is still on fire, although the fire it will die unless you keep feeding more blood into it. He is... well... he is gonna spend a willpower to auto-succeed at healing, to heal some of the...
He has
No.
healing?
well, not for the bashing he does. So this is what he's gonna do. Spend a point to ignore wound penalties, both actions to run like a bitch, and spend 3 blood points to heal. Because it turns out that the guys were generous to him and he is relatively low generation.
Fuck.
If he spends both actions, he will break line of sight with you. The ghouls are gonna empty another third of the magazines on their AK-47s and gonna continue full autoing at him. And Adelbrecht, what do?
I moved. Use how much movement do I get?
I mean, like, you're close enough to move within point blank or grappling with him. If you want to,
Question.
but you will have to roll for a raw trek, because grabbing hold of a burning vampire is gonna be rough.
Should if I okay, let's experiment a bit. I move towards him, staying 1 hex apart, and I'm fireballing him again.
That is not gonna make a significant difference. And
What?
honestly, you
Really?
already hit him with a fireball. The way I'm gonna roll it, you just have to spend another blood point to keep pouring fuel into the fire. It's already latched on.
Will it? So it doesn't increase it.
No. The way
doesn't
I'm
deal
gonna roll
damage.
it is like, if you didn't, it would do 1 damage this turn and then it would go out. It will keep going at 2 if you keep pouring blood into it.
Okay, so it will last longer then.
Yeah.
Okay, I am moving towards him and I'm fireballing him again.
Alright. You keep focusing on him. He is screaming. It is bad. He is having the time of his life. Just kids having fun out in the wild. It is the
Then
best.
just grabbing him using telekinesis would be a really good thing right now.
If you final death a vampire without the prince's or at least some elder's permission, you are in deep shit.
Think of the traditions, man.
And the silence of the blood, the most important of traditions. The ghouls give 0 fucks. The AK-47s are stitching this fucker a new spine. He soaks none of it. So that goes to this much. Really isn't gonna help. Yeah, that really isn't gonna help. You can see parts of his lungs flying out his back as he collapses to the ground, still burning. What do you wish to do?
Is it possible to stop? Is he alive?
He's not moving anymore.
Look, this is
Okay,
our character. Don't finish the job. Don't finish it. It's okay.
If you want to guarantee that he doesn't completely die, you're gonna need to give up the fire now and pat out the remaining flames, and that means a raw truck roll.
Then out of character. Then can we make a trade deal here?
We can make a trade deal once we go. Once we go.
No, you're in
All right,
combat.
I'll have to.
No
I'll
out of
take
character
over.
discussion and trade deals in character. What do you want to do? Then presumably you're looking. You have seen at this point 2 of the apartments across have had their lights go out, and the people are presumably lying low because apparently the bandits are having a discussion outside. And presumably someone is hurriedly ringing the police in at least one of those apartments already as well. You are on a timer.
Yes.
Luckily, it
jeez.
seems
And-
that any people that were thinking of going down by the church for a smoke or whatever have decided to perhaps go and smoke inside, not on the balcony, or go down a different street. So at least there's that. Whether
Okay.
anyone saw someone go up like a torch, and whether they will tie that to supernatural or just bandits dousing someone in gasoline for an execution is a different question. Matt, what do? The ghouls intend to keep firing on the body unless you do something to dissuade them. They will empty the clips even as this dude is falling to
Question.
the ground, not moving.
2 ghouls have medicine.
Why would they have medicine?
If I would have created them, they would have had.
Yeah, that's why you don't get to create ghoul sheets. These are generic ghouls. You don't get to min-max your own ghouls, you just get to min-max your own character a little bit.
Okay, so let us.
Decide. Ghouls declare keep shooting.
Question: how do I save him from dying?
I will let you automatically pat out the fire, but you will need to pass a Rotrak roll at difficulty 5. That's courage. You have to roll courage at 5. You can spend a
could
willpower
probably
for an
use your
automatic
celerity, too.
success. But,
I need to roll courage at 5.
yeah. Or you can use a willpower
I-
to get 1 success automatically. You just need 1 turn of patting him out.
I order ghouls to stop ceasefire,
Stop shooting! Throw yourself on the body to put it out.
and I put out the fire. I am using willpower point to give myself an additional success.
Okay, you do that. The ghouls are just like, one of them just runs up and pats you on the shoulder. Fuck yeah, boss! That was well done. You got him. You got him, boss.
Okay, now we need to rescue him.
Yeah, this is your best friend.
Oh,
You
sorry.
can't believe you did it. The entrancement kicks back in. This is your buddy. You fucked up. What were you thinking?
6 difficulty. Stop, cancel. I have 5 courage. At difficulty 6.
No, you just need
Plus
1 turn. The willpower point already gives you what you needed. You pat him out. His chest looks like Swiss cheese, and his upper body is a blackened, fiery mess. You don't know what his humanity rating is or how long he'll spend in torpor. But this is bad. This is assault with intent to murder kind of accusation in court versus an equal, right? This is not some no standing, no status bullshit Malkavian. This is a respected member of a high clan. Now might be a good time to sell him out, Dan.
Then now you can really. You can get Diablery then for free. You don't even need to go in combat right now.
He's like, Walter, I'm gonna need you to eat this guy so we're both really guilty. That way we can trust each other. The problem is that this guy will also be missed really quickly because there's only 2 Toreador.
No, stop. Okay, I actually have an interesting idea. Maybe we should execute him. We'll tell he was attempting a demonology ritual.
You want to frame him?
Yes, I will frame him for demonology ritual. I will show the books. I will show the. Actually, that's a great.
That's right, boss. That's right. We all saw him chanting down in that basement. Problem is that you have been aspiring to at some point gain the next ability in your psychic arsenal, that of reading minds, and you would at least be able to tell that it's possible for some advanced psychics. And both of the Toreador are kind of older than you two. So the other one might be able to read minds. Your own elder might be able to read minds. There's 6 Malkavians in the city, for fuck's sake. One of them might be able to read minds. It is not a, an auracite. Someone will for sure have auracite, so you definitely can't eat him. Not if people start asking you questions.
Exactly. That's I had that in mind.
And your elder might be like, see, in the service of justice, I will even sacrifice my own child for the Camarilla. Truly, I am prince material.
Look, I'm going to bring the car around. We're putting him in the boot, okay? We'll negotiate later.
Yeah,
you're clearly in you're not in the right frame of mind, okay? Surely the girl
you
says
can't
stop.
execute
Oh, Brett,
him.
calm down.
You can't execute him, man. He's your best friend. He was such a nice guy. How did things escalate like this? Like, you must have said something wrong. It's clearly your fault in some way. You're gaslighting yourself because the presence is still fucking working.
But
That's helpful.
Oh, fuck. Okay, we need to somehow fix it.
Yeah.
Yes, we can do that later. It's fine.
You start rushing to the car, loading him up, just hide the AKs, hide the vests, and you're pulling out of the lot and just calmly driving away, as in the distance you start hearing the wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo of the Dresden police rushing to the scene of a massive shootout. Now, the downside is if someone did look out of the window, they might have the description of your car.
Well, good thing we need to upgrade a car anyway.
Okay, we definitely need another car. Okay, I have an idea how we can fix it.
It's
We'll heal him.
How?
Put blood on him or something.
Do you want to put blood in him?
well, not right now. We'll give it a day. You know.
Okay, hear me out. We chain him an enchantry. Okay, we'll get a moderate boom from my sire. I mean, from me to my sire. He'll probably have like very high degree of dominate. He'll rewrite his memories. We'll chain him and we'll feed him blood so he can recover. And then we'll release him.
Okay.
Do you think it's a good plan?
First, we should try and negotiate with him first, at least, because the negotiation was completely botched.
The goals in the back are, hey, don't be a bitch, he assaulted the boss. Yeah, don't be a bitch.
The problem, I explained the goals. The problem is that other people may not see it in this way, and they may say we a bit overdid our self-defense.
We are technically right since he disciplined us first.
They glance at each other, glance at you like, we can take him, boss. It's been a lot of boring investigative work. They haven't really had a chance to shoot anyone lately. They seem really happy with the way this went down.
I mean, 3 guys with AK is good in combat, but
The first meeting with a Camarilla vampire, Matt. The first fucking meeting. I thought you were gonna play more cautiously.
I mean, it was his problem.
Just a little extortion, and you really are like Jackalor. It's like Dracula was saved by a vampire at one point, and he was like, I'm gonna kill him. I don't want to owe him a life bone.
You took it to
Yeah.
11 there.
I'm sorry, I kind of forgot what's the difficulty of social interactions in Vampire the Masquerade is. I kind of watched it hardcore. Okay, now we're trying to fix it.
Yes, yes. Clearly, you're not corrupted by the demon who you summoned, and who wasn't bound by a circle, so he went into you.
Okay, I thought the only problems on the first session are one caused by me, so that's
No,
not.
no, no. Yes, but that's not. Well, imagine how the elder Tremere is gonna view this. He's like, But in any case, you're driving to the city. The manhunt for blue Kamaz hasn't gone out, and even when it does, those are pretty fucking common on the street. So you're probably good for now.
Okay, I bring him an enchantry. I lock him up. Basically the same way my character was locked up in a previous arc. In an
So
arc before
you
previous.
have a 3-room apartment where both of you have a private room that's been blocked out from the sun. That's it. You don't have a cell that you can access. You have a floor in a Khrushchevka. So you're bringing him in the elevator along with the duffel bag and the 3 ghouls as it groans under your weight with old Soviet engineering.
Okay, first of all, Dan, can you look if there are if there are no people? Fuck, we have shitty enchantry. I think in this way we'll have a short campaign.
Uh-huh. Hey, listen, I told you this was gonna be a rock and roll campaign. I'm just gonna put an ad on the VOD server once it looks like we are ready to start a proper campaign next. So you know.
Okay, so we tried dragging him.
You get him
Do we
upstairs.
have
It's
such
late
a-
enough that you are like your ghouls are able to keep a lookout. It's fine. You know, like you get him into your common room. You can discuss among yourselves in safety now. What the fuck do you want to do next?
How long were we going to spend on the session? Was it 3 or 4 hours?
Well, we can go up to 4, and we started early, so we can go like
Yeah.
up to another hour.
So
But when we get to a good stopping point, we can stop there. What do? You're both. I'm just imagining you have him on the coffee table or something in the living room, just looking.
negotiating is actually a good idea. I chain him up. I have since I'm having gangsters, I'm having like ways to chain people up.
Do you? You can get the towels from the bathroom and tie him up with those, sure. But
No,
like
that's
you
not
don't have
enough.
heavy duty chains. I mean, it's
I
not a
don't have-
Bruja, it's a Toreador nerd. They
I
might
mean,
hold him, but
Police handcuffs?
no.
Rope
You
at
haven't
least?
assaulted any police. You have a ritual rope to lay out a circle with in case you need. You don't know how strong it is. It's a ritual tool, but you have a 10-foot length of rope, sure.
That's not good enough.
You have a bunch of white satin ribbons for illuminate the trail of prey. You have those. Of course, in the Ventura board meeting, it's gonna be like, the Tremere have struck the first blow. They have already declared war. We must respond. This looks like an assassination. This looks like a political assassination. You don't know which of Toreador was gonna be the Primogen on council. It could have been this guy. You could have just assassinated a Primogen on the opposite faction.
Really? Primogen that weak?
They're both that weak. It's a young clan. They're not very strong. They're all like a 3 on clan strength. Most clans are relatively young here. This was a bunch of opportunists looking to move to a new city and take over because the Sabbat were weak here.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But in any case, you secure him. You mummify him in towels, ropes, and whatever else is handy.
I actually have an idea. Is it possible to put a sofa on him?
A what?
The way that he doesn't receive damage.
No, what do you want put on him?
Sofa.
Sure, you maneuver the sofa to just put it on his chest. It sags inwards where the ribs have been broken in multiple places by high velocity pieces of lead. And at that point, you hear it. What is going on here from the doorway? You turn and you see your regent with a look of utter shock and perhaps even slight horror on his face as he perhaps heard you furtively return and not report in immediately with your demonology finds.
He assaulted me using his powers, and I defended myself a bit too much. Now I plan
With
to.
what powers? There's one of him! You had 3 ghouls with you! And another vampire.
Mind controlling powers.
Mind controlling powers. You don't say. I would love to hear the explanation of this, because unless you left downtown scattered with the bodies of his compatriots, I do not see how whatever that response was justified versus a single neonate. How many bodies did you leave behind you? How many ghouls did he come with? How many other vampires?
He was alone.
Alone.
Yeah.
So the only witnesses to an upstanding member of the Camarilla getting assaulted are Tremere and their bloodbound servants, is what you're saying. Are you insane, boy? Come here. He gestures for you to approach.
I approach him.
Any excuses you have to offer?
We'll heal him.
He just says,
Maybe you can.
pathetic. And he is going to slam you in the chest with the palm of his hand, and he will activate a power. You take 2 points of aggravated damage, and you lose 2 blood points as you feel the blood boil in your veins, as presumably you collapse to your knees briefly from the sheer agony of it.
Where do we modify damage? I see.
Walter, you see bubbles form on his skin and pop.
That's got a smart.
And a part of you just, you deserve it. You hurt your friend. You have this coming.
I hurt my friend, I hurt my clan, and I failed everyone. I am waiting for him to execute me.
He just snarls, "Get up, you worthless waste of blood!"
I get up.
Walter, report.
It's a complete shit show. The humans just saw a shootout by looks of things. He did have ghouls with him, didn't he? So the ghouls will probably report back to the fellow Toreadors. We should make a phone call to them saying that he'll be fine, and we'll be giving him back momentarily.
He just shakes his head in utter incredulity. What were you thinking?
I was thinking to make sure we were protected from the Masquerade.
Not you.
And to...
I can smell the burnt flesh from here. What were you thinking?
I am thinking the whole place was a trap for us. Someone
You
wanted
stupid piece of shit. Everyone hates our clan. If they offer hostility to you, it doesn't mean it's a trap. You don't take the bait. Do you know why we survive in the Camarilla? There's several reasons that are closely interconnected. But really, it boils down to one tenuous balance. We are more useful than how much people hate us. And you have, with a single stroke, put a one big brick of a Toreador on the wrong side of that scale. You have 2 hours. I expect a plan for fixing this mess by then. Come up with something. He turns around. If he still wore a cape in these nights, it would swish. And he walks out back to his own either library or laboratory. You don't know which.
I'm starting giving this guy blood.
Blood binding an upstanding member of the Camarilla. Interesting.
Not blood binding,
Hold
not
on.
my blood. Regular human blood. I want to heal him. Not to full health, but so we can have a conversation.
You don't know how much he's missing. Presumably he's in torpor. The
I
death
should
sleep.
know how. I should know how to put someone out of torpor.
Usually time has to pass. Sometimes months or weeks if they're freshly dead and relatively close to their humanity. Sometimes centuries. It is rumored that the antediluvians sleep for millennia. Who knows how long this guy's out for?
Fortunately, he's a Toreador. He may have a decent amount of humanity.
He is not that old. But who knows how long he will sleep for?
Okay, I give him like 10 points worth of blood.
From who? Do you want to bleed your ghouls white? They will definitely be
No,
taking
I
wound
should have some
penalties.
blood in storage.
From where?
Okay, why the fuck we're so incompetent
I
and
gave
under
you.
recruit?
You don't have heard. Like if you had been like, oh, our control is like, we have 5 points of domain and 4 dots of herd, which represent a hospital we control, and we're stealing from the blood bag. Then you would have plenty of blood bags. You don't have that. All of
Well,
these
while that's
agrees.
going on,
Yeah.
I'm going to assess, check the lines of domain and that kind of thing, and the rules as well, just in case.
What, you want to go to the library and look up kindred law?
Well, the law and our current stakes to the city for the clans.
Give me a intelligence law roll. Because that is 100% a law thing. Law you do not have. I will let you roll politics at a 7.
These rolls.
You have no fucking clue. Going off of the previous bot, you have a nasty feeling that you just assaulted a landed knight of the Camarilla inside his own holding. And that is the height of bad. That is the prince shows you the sun kind of bad, just to make an example. You might survive under heavy censure, but Adelbrecht might need to be sacrificed. Then again, Adelbrecht has the higher status, so maybe everyone will find it a compromise to simply execute you and call it a day. As a compromise between elders. There are some domains that have been recognized, usually for services, like people who have status and or domains are usually ones that provided some sort of valuable service during the taking of the city. That or their high clans and did a lot of networking. He has a sofa on his chest, his legs stick out one end, his head sticks out the other. He hasn't turned to dust, so there is a chance of him rising again to undead life at a later date. But for now, he is dead.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to... stop, I can't. Is it possible to hunt with Dominate? Like, take an hour to quickly grab some people?
You could take an hour to dominate someone into following you to the apartment, and then... But how would you erase their memories? Unless you're planning to kill them. You could do that.
I want to kill them.
Okay. So...
Okay, I actually simplify this. I go to other part of the city. My goons stay in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I move person next to the car and they kidnap them. Then they go to the...
Okay. Give me an appearance subterfuge to mask your ill intent, as you are trying to lure someone closer.
Appearance 2, subterfuge.
And hold on, let me think about the difficulty. You have dominate and heightened senses, so we'll call it a 6. So Adelbrecht is just like, I'll see you later, and leaves with all the ghouls. You are left alone with the body. You could just have them turn to dust and blame Adelbrecht later. Sherp?
I spend willpower point. Since I don't really think I will be alive after that. That's 2 success.
Okay, well, he's definitely not waking up from what was fed to him, was he?
Well, nothing's been fed to him yet. Adelbrecht was like, I'm gonna go and get some blood. And he fucked off with his goons.
And were you saying we could actually bloodblind someone older than us? Or was I misunderstanding?
Bloodbones, theoretically, like, they don't respect generation. But I was talking about him accidentally dying due to a accidental loss of all bodily fluids in his body.
Yes, yes, an accident. Yep. And look, the stack on the floor is tasty, but it's not a good idea this time.
You saw how quickly he healed. He is lower generation than you. You can tell. It is not the... Him healing was not the torturous, slow process it is for you. He healed fast for a moment there.
Stop protecting me! But anyway, we gotta go. I'll try and go the blood bonding route.
Okay. Then you put a point of blood in his system. I just realized I miscounted his blood points earlier. He would have healed less, and but it wouldn't have changed anything. But yes, 1 level of blood bond to you.
Wow. Okay. This is the first. Wait, is it? No, it's not because the ghoul doesn't count. I mean, he does count.
I'm afraid we're going to have either a civil war or a very short campaign, like 2 sessions.
Okay, so it is... What would... It's one of those late 50s women who smell of cigarettes that is like, what do you want, young man? Oh, fuck! And she's just bundled into the back of the car and just sack put over her head. And you are driving her to drain her of blood and kill her. Give me a conscience roll at 8. Fuck me, this escalated fast.
Okay, let me think. There's a lot of numbers here. Conscience. My conscience is 2.
Yep.
Okay. Difficulty 8.
You don't feel bad at all. Fuck this bitch. There are bigger affairs afoot. And take down your humanity by 1, and we will use this rule. We won't start with things you don't care about, but you do not care about murder for the sake of feeding.
Humanity. Okay, I go to humanity 4.
Yep. Humanity 3, and you start creeping mortals out passively. Your difficulties for social rolls start to increase. Oh, this guy's gonna be so well fed when you're done. You bring her in again. At this point, it's pretty late. And you just see your sire as you're coming the half flight of stairs that you have in Khrushchevka's between elevator landings. As you're dragging her up, you see your sire just standing there with a really look as you're dragging her past. He doesn't say anything, but he's watching. He walks in after you, and he will sit in like one of the it's probably like a fabric chair like you had back in the day. He's just gonna sit in it and watch. What do you wish to do?
I drain this woman into him.
As you the only thing he says, use the wrist, hold her up.
My goons hold her up.
And yeah, they hold her with her head down and her wrist at the Toreador's mouth, so she can slowly bleed out. Walter, how do you feel about this utter inhumanity? You will need to select, by the way, a real nature from the book at some point.
Yeah, that's just a placeholder. Couldn't decide on that part at the moment. Yeah, no, I'm technically fine with it. Technically.
What's your your humanity 7? Theft is bad. But I think this is kind of like at humanity 8 you would be rolling for sure, but there's technically nothing you can do, and you've played so far literally 0 part in making this happen. So
I didn't do this.
you're just watching them hold up this middle-aged woman who works who knows where and just drain her into this toreador.
While that happens, I say, mate, once he's awake, just take a seat and I'll take over from the negotiation for now. You're still affected by the powers.
Yeah, okay, let's... Maybe you'll have some interesting ideas.
We'll see. You know, it's as with negotiations, it
My ideas...
depends how we
really
react.
don't work.
We are going to have to make concessions at this point. There's no getting around it.
Friedrich is watching you intently. What happened with the artifacts?
Books are here. The rest are still there. I concluded that other things were too dangerous to bring to the chantry until we know what those things are.
Anything strange happened down there? He
There is
turns to Walter.
We may have accidentally enacted partial enaction of the ritual, as what I could tell anyway.
Wow.
So it was definitely a dangerous situation.
Is that why I'm picking up such a strange shimmer in Adelbrecht's aura? In any case,
My eyes widen and look.
keep an eye on him. He stands up and bites his wrist. Mortal blood will not awaken a kindred in torpor. An elder's might. He works his hand into a fist a couple times to get the old congealed blood to flow, and leans over and drips a point of blood into the toreador's mouth. It is a small amount compared to yours. After all, he is a potent elder. Yet the toreador rolled very well on his generation random roll, and the toreador does not awaken. You all are proper fucked. The difference is too small.
That means his generation is higher than 7?
Well, you don't know what the difference needs to be. It's a combination of age and blood potency. Most people, you would assume that generation 10 and above, like you know you're 8, roughly, you would assume that like the equivalent of generation 10 and above would for sure awaken from like a 7th gen's blood, which implies that this toreador is better than a 10th. Specifics, you wouldn't know. But like a gap of 3 or 4 is usually where it starts to be guaranteed, right? But this isn't like, he's older than you slightly, right? This toreador, and apparently powerful in his blood, so yeah, you're fucked. He does not stir. The regent stands up straighter, it's like, does the head tilt backwards, like, well, that is strange. With a clear, like, fuck, I expected that to work. Shit. this is like just the quintessential Tremere campaign. Springfield started in a similar vein, honestly. Except that in Springfield I trapped them deliberately. Here you did it to yourselves. He turns towards Adalbrecht. And let's roll intelligence occult. See if he knows. He looks you in the eyes and he says, kneel. And he is using Dominate 1. What is your current willpower? Shit all, right?
2 or 3, my roll 20 glitches.
Well, minimum difficulty of 3. So you immediately feel your knees buckle as you fall to your knees. And roll perception empathy, Walter.
Do I have empathy?
I don't know, you might.
No, I just said perception. I don't have empathy.
Let's call it a 5. If you... Well, 5 for the elder because he has heightened senses activated. You presumably don't because he doesn't warn you he's about to do this.
So what's difficulty? 7 maybe? Or 9?
No, it's a base of 6 for talents.
Okay.
You have no fucking idea.
As is the whole session.
Yeah, he eyes you carefully, looks at the ghouls. Get out now. The ghouls are like, boss.
I told him, guys, I fucked up real hard. If I will not survive,
Get
follow
them
Walter.
out.
Now leave.
And just like, boss, I don't think we should.
You should.
They eventually depart very reluctantly. He reaches into his coat and pulls out a ritual dagger, flips it around in his hand, nearly drops it, holds it out to you. If he tries to get up or makes any move, stab him with this. There's fire on it. I will return shortly. And he is going to vanish for 60 seconds into his library. You may exchange a few brief words.
I guess that's it.
I doubt that, but this could be just... You might be infected further. Just keep calm. And if there's another presence, just try and push that out. With your will.
You see that the regent returns. He is like, one hand is clutching a tome to his chest, the other has like half a dozen different items which are presumably ritual paraphernalia, and he lays them out. Keep watch on him. He flips open the book with I practice. No, after this one here. You see just like written out in a complicated church Latin, just a elaborate ritual. And he begins chanting under his breath in Latin with like a kind of practiced familiarity. And this is a level 5 ritual, so it's gonna take half an hour. As he's probably just gonna cast it on a coin. We can't hear you. You're muted.
No.
Dan, you were saying something.
No, I'm just breathing hard.
Okay. He's gonna finish after a moment. Hold out your hand.
I hold my hand.
He turns, glances at you, Walter. Augment your hearing. Listen. Listen carefully.
Okay, activated.
Slams the coin into your open palm and holds it there. There is no reaction. The ward against demons does not trigger. He's watching you carefully for any sign of pain or discomfort, searching in the depths of your eyes for whatever it is that might have crawled inside you. Eventually, after half a minute of staring soulfully into your peepers, he leans back. It seems that you have survived the foolish risk you have undertaken, as far as your soul is concerned, at least. Picks up the coin and pockets it. Walter, my knife, if you would.
Here you go.
Takes it, opens the coat, sheets it in like a tiny leather sheet that's like strapped to the inside. What's your plan? I, of course, was outraged when I discovered that you had done this, so no blame can fall on me. And your orders were simply to investigate a potential threat. The last bit is said with genuine anger.
Well, we clearly were doing the job, but we definitely failed the negotiation area.
What is it that escalated to this kind of altercation?
Perhaps the extortion of favours between each other. We should have yielded partly.
Are you insane? Did you actually assault a member of the Camarilla because they asked for a boon?
Well, I did not partake in the assault part.
I will bring out a bone of lies. I have one saved for such occasions. I expect straight answers, not to have to drag every detail out of you. So I will ask again, how did this happen? Rest assured, this upstanding member of the Camarilla is gonna survive this, and is very much gonna tell their side of it. I will ensure it. Well, you could tell him yourself, Matt, but that would kind of mean betraying your good friend's confidence, and it would really make your friend look bad in front of someone you respect a great deal, and that's not really a bro move.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna recount those parts in between the conversation. That's what from memory.
Oh no, you have to roleplay it out. Fuck you. And then we tell them everything, leaving nothing out and being respectful. Okay. You're not dodging politics that easily, Dan.
Yeah, well, I'd give it a note form. What I'm saying is, first, we investigated the area. We found all the dangers that we could find. within our clan, this paraphernalia is forbidden. So I think we were partially within our rights to remove it from the area or destroy it. However, he wanted a major boon out of this for the services we were providing for free. And then wouldn't be negotiated, what would a good word be for that? And amenable to our offers. Well, even though I hadn't made an offer yet, he activated his presence ability, which is while offensive, helped us retrieve his body and kept him alive. And obviously the firefight took place. However, doesn't appear to be that bad of the Masquerade breach at the moment.
Adalbrecht was conducting negotiations. He asked for major boon, and then he simply escalated to using his presence to get his way.
Yes, to manipulate getting further boons, I would suppose.
Give me a manipulation subterfuge if you would, because you're leaving some hostilities, and the fact you just tried to walk out with the stuff without even, and you acted like you are doing him a favor by doing it. So there's some bit you're leaving out. He just nods at you. Yes, that was very unreasonable of him, and does mitigate the situation slightly. Adalbrecht, what do you have to add to this?
It was him who started the fight, and I did not.
Are you sure that you want to lie about your good friend like this? Because when he you were gonna offer him a minor boon, which he was gonna refuse, and you were setting yourself to fireball him, and you're pretty sure that he realized it, and he only presented you because you were being so horribly hostile and were gonna try and murder him anyway. Are you really gonna frame him for your own faults? Keep in mind the presence is doing the talking in your lizard brain. He's your friend. You can't betray him like this. Not after how much you already hurt him.
At least I managed sure his body didn't burn.
No, at least you did that, but like, it feels really bad to treat him like this. It's really wrong. You shouldn't. You could resist the presence again and be like, yeah, fuck him. Like, he just assaulted me out of nowhere, and stick to the story. But thing is, you know. You know what prompted it. You could turn this into like he said or he said, and just like confuse the issue, like who knows who's right? And that would probably mitigate it, but it would hurt your reputation, but it would hurt it less than trying to outright murder him like you did. But it would hurt your friend's reputation, and he didn't really do anything wrong now, did he? He was afraid for his life. Point is, I'll let you do this, but you have to resist the presence, because you're fucking him here.
I am resisting presence.
And willpower at 8. permanent willpower. So yeah, you spend a point and then you roll permanent willpower at 8.
5 dice at 8.
Okay, so you can't really resist the presence force scene, and I want to say that you feel so guilty you start coming clean. You're like, well, if he wasn't gonna accept my counter offer, I couldn't let everyone know about what we had because it would have looked bad for the clan, and you just start going into like, I was gonna fireball him. He presenced me because he saw through my ruse, and then he was just gonna dreadgaze me and run away, but I couldn't let him get away, so I just fireballed him, and my ghouls opened fire, and I saved the clan. I'm sorry that this happened. He's such a good guy, but like it was for the clan boss, and yeah, you're.
I
Walter,
also mentioned that it was a Tremere ritual as part of that.
It looked like Tremere sorcery, boss. It could have been a Tremere that done it. And Walter, you're just watching as he's just like completely falling apart and just taking all the blame and admitting to attempted murder. Like, even the regent just like looks at you, looks at the Toreador, like, damn, that's some good brain whammy.
Yeah, that's not to be messed with, that process. Wow. It's strong.
Uh-huh. Well, he'll be missed. The Ventru are courting the both of the Toreador extensively and looking to form a coalition, pressing them to decide on which of them will be the formal representative. It would be a big risk to keep him for the full 3 nights to bloodbond him, much less however long it will take to wake him. This will not go unnoticed. And it is nearly morning. Well, can't be the Bruja. They're a bunch of untrustworthy anarchists and degenerates. And it can't be the Ventral. The Toreador will immediately just jump into the... can't be the Nosferatu, because they're just gonna bury him in sewage for a year. Go find a gangrel tonight, hand the body over to them. They will keep him safe as a neutral party. Tell them that an altercation happened. Try not to go into too many details. That way, they can't accuse us of having had him long enough to bloodbind him. Maybe we can limit the damage that way. If you fuck up like this again, you are going straight to Vienna, and the only reason you're not going there now is because I only have the 2 of you to rely on. Get going, you have 2, maybe 3 hours till sunrise.
Back to the Tremere mobile.
And get that thing disposed of, he points at the drained woman.
Okay, now I order 1 ghoul to dispose of the body.
The ghoul, you don't have necessarily a separate car for disposal. Okay, do you want a Gopnik to go and dispose of the body in the smartest way he knows how? Think carefully.
Okay,
a body that's been fully drained of blood.
Okay, I bring...
But I think that here is a good place to leave it till next Friday. Because this is a natural stopping point, and you have to use the rest of the night to somehow find one of the gangrels with enough status that the Camarilla will trust them, of which there is like 1 or 2, at least the elder one will, right? and hand over the Toreador to a neutral third party that won't have, that won't necessarily be able to, or won't be immediately motivated to swing this in their favor. This, of course, what was your name again? Walter, this immediately makes your heart clench in terror, because this is practically handing the princedom to the Gangrel, who is clearly vying with the Bruja to form a third faction and take over. But the regent's orders are orders, so unless you wish to object, that's how it's gonna be.
Oof, we got no choice though. Good thing I do like out of character. I don't mind Gangrel as much, but in character, yeah, as a vampire,
Out of
wouldn't make
character.
sense.
If we play this game again, I'm not doing politics.
You don't have a choice, it's vampire. You didn't have to make any deal with this fucker, so if he snitches, so hell, you could have put the books back and examined them on site.
Yeah, we just
And
open
you
the door,
didn't need
chuck
to-
it in.
Like, hell, the thing that antagonized him was like, he calls you out like, hey, here's something that might help you earn favor with the city, and you're like, you owe us for disposing of this. Like, But, yeah, willpower point recovered, both of you. Dan, fuck you for not having a nature chosen, you don't get to appeal to nature. Matt, in which instance do you feel like you resolved the situation or conflict through cold logic as per your scientist nature?
I mean, he attacked me.
No, that was just getting in a
Okay,
fight
okay.
that could have been avoided.
Outside.
None of it was logical.
The fact that I didn't Diablerize this guy.
No. No, it's... That fight didn't even have to happen. Hell, once he did entrance you, you could have just let him walk away. It would still be less damaging than what happened.
Yeah, I think I failed my nature. Completely.
Okay, take 3 XP points. I think that's an appropriate amount. Whatever attention you attracted from the nether regions of the world of darkness by transcribing parts of a demon's true name, we will address at a later date. And we are once again playing Hide the Body, as sometimes vampire ends up being. Fuck me without bacon to glare at you like a disappointed dad. You are so shit at this. Holy crap.
I'm sorry, I accustomed to playing like easy D&D sessions.
Uh-huh. Yeah, fifth
Yeah, that's
I
my
would-
accelerated.
And I watched too many memes about fuck this fireball.
Uh-huh. Yeah, wizard posting, right?
Yeah.
Well, what lessons have we learned and what did we think, Dan?
I really wish there was a better way I could roll. Get some better rolls, damn it.
Okay.
If I could have got some good rolls, then I could have unfucking this easier.
What are you, like Generation 11 or something?
Yeah.
You could have at least gone to 10 with this guy. 2, 3 dots of presence. Could have been good. Dreadgaze is good. Well, it's not too late. He's still in your grasp. Matt, what are your thoughts?
Mm-hmm. 3 retainers with 2 points of armor is a very good thing. I should do it more. Throwing fireballs at people who negotiate it with you is a bad idea. I should not do it at all.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at that point, it might become like a hide this for as long as we can while we gather allies, and then be like, I simply exercised my right of destruction as Prince Frederick. And just double down on it, right? Of course I know of it. It was done at my order. He had a basement full of demonic artifacts and a prepared summoning circle.
The evidence is still there.
Well, you removed most of it.
Well, yeah, but we didn't remove the circle and the big fucking mirror.
Circle and the tablets are still there.
Yeah, I know. I'm quite aware. Alright. Well, anything you wish to discuss or add or talk about before we wrap up? Spend XP?
No.
Not quite yet. I need to think on it some more.
Okay, make sure you make a note of it. I prefer to use the format like this. All spent and left, like this, for my NPCs. I suggest you use it as well because it's easier to keep track than single number, like less chance of mistakes, right? But
Also, Fireball at level 3 is a bit less powerful than I expected.
the morale aspect is the benefit of it. You instantly force a Rotrek roll, which means like you force a kindred to panic, or you force them to spend their willpower on that, right? Which means if they fail, they're panicking, or if they spend willpower, then they can't. It's like one willpower per turn that you can spend usually, right, in combat. So it forces them to either drain their mental resources very quickly on something that doesn't matter, or they risk losing control and panicking, and which means they're just trying to get away.
I'm really surprised that setting person on fire doesn't deal damage. That's like
It
extremely
does.
country.
It did aggravated damage.
You did 4 points of ag in 2 turns at a distance. There's not a lot of things that can do better.
There's a reason why the Malkavian was like shit run while being on fire.
He's not a Malkavian, you framing piece of shit. He's a Toreador.
No, I'm referring to my previous Diabolist.
Like, that's the thing. You can peek out of a window, you just need eye contact with the target you're setting on fire. You can set things on fire with your eyes. The success you need to actually hit go up with distance. It's something like 1 success per 10 meters that they're away, but you know, like you can look out over a street and set the back of a car on fire and hope that it superheats the gas tank. And it will if you keep the fire up long enough. Like, you know, like, it has its benefits. But like I said, the biggest benefit is that you instantly force a morale check effectively. Or else it's panic and flee. Getting burned is difficulty 7. With 3 or 4 dice usually. And it's damage that automatically bypasses defense. Like stamina. You can soak it.
I just feel I kind of fucked up too much.
You assaulted a member in good standing of the court, a full and respected member of the Camarilla. This wasn't some random Malkavian that went missing. This was Primogen material that went missing. Yeah, you did fuck up. See, one of the reasons why he was willing to meet you relatively on his own with whatever ghouls might or might not have been further away was because you were a member in good standing. Members of the Camarilla don't do this kind of shit because it's fucking insane. And he relied on it, and that was his fuck up. He expected the laws of civilized society to protect him and hold. And his second fuck up was not lying and accepting the boon when his life was in danger, but doubling down like, I can pull this back. He won't actually do it if I mind control him first. And you know, Walter's fuck up was not jumping in to stop this madness in some way immediately.
Yeah, if I only had rolled to my character be able to realize to do that, I would have been doing that.
Is
Yeah.
it possible for me to ask that next week we'll just reset the session and
No.
we'll try the exact same thing all over again?
No. You get to live with your decisions. This isn't a catastrophic failure, but effectively this Toreador is probably gonna be the opposite of a friend of you in court, and might in turn try and fuck you. You've essentially earned a 2-point enemy flaw in practice. You've decided on the lies, provided the presence doesn't make you blurt out the truth. 5 successes on presence is a year of being this guy's loving admirer. He got 6. So
that's actually the interesting power.
it's a level 3 power, yes. It's very, very powerful if you can roll really, really well. But, you know, it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm adding my 2-point enemy into my flaws.
We might do it between arcs if we decide to keep this playing, maybe adding new players at some point. But who knows? This guy isn't even awake yet. But like, effectively, like, obviously, like, he's not gonna like you easily, you know? Like, he's effectively an enemy at this point. For obvious reasons. Which means congratulations, you have an enemy on the Primogen Council, probably. Okay. We agreed previously to start an hour after we started today on Fridays. So...
yeah, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So roughly then we can start earlier if everyone's here and we want to start earlier, but like that's the guideline. If Fridays end up with us being too tired, I'm okay with playing like Saturday evenings instead, like today. Like, it's as long as I get the day to myself, I'm okay with the evening being like this, right? But yeah, let's see how it goes next Friday. And welcome to the Camarilla. Yeah.
It's like I never left.
I'm gonna end the stream here. If you can stay, actually no, like maybe next week I'll try and set up the cameras. We'll see.